What does it take to be a mother? I know this topic is long overdue and I should have saved this video for Mother's Day next year or Mother's Day this year, but considering how my channel was just revamped from random posting to whatever the heck this is, and my mother's birthday has just passed as of the recording of this video, I'd figured I'd ramble on about it today. A mother is perhaps a very caring person. She's the one who you would hug a lot, who you would ask advice most from, and who has your back a lot of the times. Those who fit in those criteria outside of the consanguineous nature of motherhood are what we call mother figures. Now, there are many anime characters who are mother figures, but today we're looking at two anime characters which fit that same criteria, namely Honda Tohru of Takaya Natsuki's Fruits Basket series, and Maquia from Okadamari's Sayonara to Asani Yakusoku no Hana Kazarou, or just Maquia. Now you may be wondering, why have I paired these two characters together? Tohru and Maquia have a lot in common with the essence of motherhood, and they are voiced by the same female seiyuu, Iwami Manaka. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are looking at the motherly characteristics of Maquia and Tohru, and how each character is given their own unique spin by Iwami Manaka. In talking about how Tohru's motherly sense has come out, I'd be talking about the latest episode, as of the recording of this video, episode 19 of the 2019 series, and of some parts of the anime, and perhaps the manga, with regards to the Soma clan, especially Yuki. First of all, why Yuki? Well, during the entire Fruits Basket series, we see that Yuki loves Tohru in the non-consanguineous kind, that mostly of a mother figure. In fact, in episode 19 of Fruits Basket, Yuki himself declares that he had something in common with Soma Isuzu, or Rin. In that same episode, Rin found out that Tohru is someone who she can feel a nice warm feeling whenever she is around with, which is one of the checklists of the motherly bond, as I had mentioned in the intro. In the same episode, Tohru said she was going to meddle for the greatest good of all of them. What that meant is that she has her back, and in fact, every curse member's backs in yearning and achieving to live a life outside of the chains of the curse. During the beach arc, Tohru finds out about Yuki and Kyo's struggles. At the same time, she met Akito and felt the pain she endured to protect them. As spring comes and snow melts away, no pun intended, the pain becomes next to nothing for her, as she felt every single thing the clan is struggling with, which is also an indication of a mother's sense. Back to the first season of Fruits Basket 2019, many of the Soma clan, even the ever so flamboyant Ayame, felt Tohru changed something in them as she gives her own perspective on their own struggles, brought upon by her upbringing with her own mother's advices. A very clear indication of how motherly she was throughout the series.
持っていくつもりか。おもちゃじゃないの？
おもちゃじゃありません。私の
To oversimplify this film, it is the equivalent to a mother's journey as she watches her son grow up in a high-tension, war-torn fantasy setting. However, the themes displayed within the film are concurrent with those tackled in real-life settings as well. What brought out the greatness in Maquia When the Promised Flower Blooms was more or less Ariel's growth, from infancy to adulthood to old age. And as typical as consanguineous relations can go, Ariel's very growth was impacted by the one who raised him, Maquia. From advices to protection, Maquia's got it all going for in motherly pursuits, especially for the sake of a person who looked like he was better off abandoned. Maquia's motherly instincts only shined further as the two became forcefully embroiled in the middle of a war, which had something to do with Maquia's real nature, and showed how she was always there to welcome Ariel even after he left her. This gave the payoff to the ending a lot more substance, as at the end of Ariel's life and Maquia's journey, she was finally able to fulfill her duty to him and the duty to her own self, to be someone who can live for others, to be someone who can love others, despite her actual nature as an immortal. As I've said before, Iwami Manaka voiced both Tohru and Maquia. But as I have said about Tohru and Maquia, they both have very unique personalities independent of their motherly nature. But how? How does Iwami use her voice to breathe life into both characters? Let's start with Tohru. Giving life to Tohru Honda with the motherly nature is a quite difficult thing to do. Because you have to sound both klutzy, like a high school girl is in anime, and mature at the same time. But Iwami Manaka pulls it off to a nice degree, with a light-hearted tone that balances both high school klutzy moments, plus some substantial and air-like flair to make anyone feel the maturity that's coming from their voice, which resembles a lot like a youthful version of Sawashiro Miyuki's character, Tohru Honda. As for Maquia, she has her signature light tone, though her substantial flair multiplies a bit to showcase her as an actual mature entity, a very mature character who has lived for years beyond human recognition. This time around, I would compare Iwami's Maquia as having Hayami Saori's light tone, but adding a little lowness and deepness to it, which makes it unique for a character such as Maquia. While I have paired both of these characters and these stories in this video for reasons which I have just said, I highly recommend both of them because they are exceptionally well crafted and well written and beautifully animated series and film of all time. Check out other great projects from Iwami Manaka because she is a very underrated and talented seiyuu. I made this video just to showcase a little bit of Iwami's talent because she's very, very talented. So check out other projects from her like Teresa Wagner from Tadakun Never Falls in Love because her vocal talent is just magnificent. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Subscribe for some more topics about anime, manga, otaku related culture and whatnot, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!